welcome back to the podcast, to Un Verano Contigo. Today I am joined with Juana. Hello, Juana.
Hello.
Uh, took a lot of time to get her on here.
Hola.
So first question off the bat I want to ask is, a lot of people think you're very quiet, very mysterious, very not so much to open up to people. Why is that?
Why am I very quiet? That's a very good question. Matter of fact, no, I don't even know myself. I'm being for real. It's like there's nothing to tell people when they ask me like the most simple question. You know? I'm just very shy about it. Like the way they're gonna look at you or stuff like that. So I just rather keep quiet, you know?
So do you think when this podcast comes out, next day people will talk to you more, or you think
No, I really think that they'll be really surprised to like.
they'll come to you and be like, wow, Juana?
Yeah, they'll be like, wow, we did not know that quiet ass person was like that, you know?
No, for real. So were you always quiet? Were you always shut off, or were you more back then very open?
No, I've always been quiet. You know, I've always been that type of person that mom would always say, you gotta be respectful, you gotta let others talk, and then you can talk, you know? So throughout time, I was just like, okay. I was really shy to even say anything because I just knew that, you know, I might have said the wrong thing or something and just mess things up. So I would just be quiet and just not say anything. For real.
No, I think that's how a lot of people are. I think when you start talking to them, they're very quiet, a few words there and there. But the more you talk to them, the more like they're willing to open up.
The more you get to know them, yeah. As a matter of fact, that's
yeah. I think that's how we started talking, right? At work, I would be like,
I think so, yeah.
Because you'll call for garden. I'll be like, what the fuck is it now?
He's like, what the fuck does she want?
What does she want?
Oh my god. Yeah, I would actually be like, I actually remember the first time you and me actually spoke, you know? It's like, you were giving me I think it was a compliment or something like that for, you were there listening to how I was attending a customer, stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say good job for like doing, like, you took care of it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like somebody else would have got their asses yelled at, but.
True. So, first off, like, you know, I'm gonna ask you a question real quick, okay? What made you, like, you know, be like, oh, you say, what's up, you know?
I think it was because, I don't know, for me, when I meet new people, I'm willing to talk about whatever. Like, willing to know people. Because I was like, you know, this girl is a head case, so she's going to be out here more. And I was like, you know, and I remember, because the other girl before you, a lot of people would say, oh, you took her spot, you took her job.
I do remember hearing them like talking about it, and they were like saying, oh, do you remember this guy? Did you ever meet him? I was like, no, who was that? So you literally came, you replaced her, bro, like literally, but like in a better way. And I'm like, how? It's like, I mean, I don't know how. And they were like, yeah, you did. And I was like, oh, okay.
But yeah, but a good thing is I talked to you because from down the line, every time you came to garden, I also helped you understand when they ever ask a question. I'll be like, all right, you could just say this to them or send them to that.
That is true. Yeah, I remember.
Because I remember the first time calls, they were like, they need mulch. I was like, you know, it's right behind you.
I was due to
They were like,
they
said, oh, they're looking for topsoil. I was like, bro, it's like at the wall at the end.
He was probably sick and tired of me too.
No, because sometimes they'll be like, yeah, he's looking for like plant food. I'm like, it's right there. It's like, you just say it's there. Some of them will ask, oh, why are these plants expensive? That's always the most question. These plants are expensive. Why are you throwing away these plants? I don't know. Plants are going to die either way.
That is true. I'm just like, I don't know why they throw them away, but if they're there, I can sell them. I can't sell them.
So I know when talking to you and getting to know you more, you came from Texas.
True. Yes.
So when you came here, was it a big jump? Did you know people from here?
You know, getting into that topic, it was very nerve-wracking. I didn't know nobody at all, you know. The only people that I knew that were living here was my mom and my brother. That was about it. And I was like, damn, how am I going to do this, you know? So I remember on the ride over here, because my aunt, she drove me all the way from Texas all the way to, I think it was North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I had to ride with my aunt's husband's brother and his girlfriend or whatever. So I had to ride with strangers for like 6 more hours to actually get
Oh, you
here.
drove here.
Yeah, I didn't come and play because I had, like I said, I had like things like my PC, I had like my game station, clothes, TV, like all this type of stuff I brought over here, you know, so I could bring all that in the airplane.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a decision out of the blue. It's like, okay, out of the random, I remember it was like around 4, my aunt called, she was like, be ready, we'll go pick you up at 5 in the morning. So I was like, damn, okay. I was getting ready, like I was so nervous that I didn't get everything that I needed, okay? I was like, damn. So anyways, back to the riding the 6 hours. I had to ride 6 hours with 2 strangers. And these strangers were scary as shit. Let me tell you why. Because there's this guy, he had his iPhone or whatnot, and he had it like, you know when you put like those little sticky thingies on the air conditioner or whatever?
The cigarette, it's like a little, I don't know what's it called.
I don't know what it's called, but it's something where you like, where whatever holds your phone, okay? So he had the GPS and his phone was locked, right? So he was like, recibiendo una llamada, okay? And all of a sudden he tried to answer it and he couldn't get to it, so he started hitting the phone. He like went crazy, like pinche chingadera no sirve. And I'm just like in the backseat, I'm like, oh Lord have mercy. What the hell did I just get into? And he was so mad. I was like, from that point, I was like, I regretted getting in the car with him on my way over here.
Hey, you got here now.
And now, no, and like I said, it was like, I was really nervous and everything. And the scary part of everything was like coming with the people that my mom was living with. That was the hard part. It's like she was living with her boyfriend and her boyfriend's family members, and it was just like, oh my God, I don't even know if these people are gonna like me, you know? Like it's like that hard part when you're like moving and you don't even know some of the people that you're going with, and you're just, that you have to follow the rules, you have to do this and do that, and you can't misbehave or whatnot because of whatever they might say, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Wow, that's very interesting. So another thing I want to know. So I know most not like trying to like disrespect women or anything like that. But you are very into games. You're very into games. You're very into PC. You're very into that technology stuff.
True.
Not more as like how other girls are, where they're into makeups, going out, all that stuff. So what made you go that route of video gaming?
I really don't know. It was more in high school when I was like in 11th grade, I think it was. I had no friends. It was so hard for me to socialize with people because I would jump from school to school. So I wasn't like a child that was stable at a school, you know. I would be like, 1 year I'm at this school, the next year I'm at another, right? So I was like, what is something that I can like do to like just fend for myself and have fun? Because my mom was very strict back then. She would not let me go out at all. Like not even with my cousins or my aunts or anything like that. Like she would be like, no, you can't have sleepovers with your tias, or you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm just like, oh, okay.
So she was very, strict, very like,
very dictative, if you ask me. So it's like, okay. So I didn't even have a phone. Let me add that to it. It's like I didn't have a phone back until I was 18.
18?
I was 18. That's when I first had my phone. and like around 17, my friend back in high school, she would lend me her phone, right? So on that phone is where I started gaming. It's like I started playing like little mini games. I was like, okay, well, since I don't text anybody and stuff like that, I might as well find games. So I would be like watching videos or whatnot, and then I would see like the pop-ups. So that's how my journey started with games. And my first actual game was PUBG.
Oh, okay.
PUBG Mobile. That was like the first game.
That's a good game though.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
So and after that, I got into gaming so bad, so hard. Like, there would be nights I would sleep, bro. Like, I got, ¿cómo se dice eso? when you can't see it. What is it? It's like
Got racunas.
no. No, it's I forgot what it is. When I remember, I'll tell you.
Okay.
But then after that, like a year or two passed. My mom, she moved away. So when she moved away, I was able to get my own internet, my own Xbox. Then I started playing Fortnite.
Back when it was like good, like
Yeah,
back when it was like.
it wasn't during the quarantine time. It's like I actually got COVID back in 2000 and like at the end of 2019, back when it started in 2020.
Mhm.
So I had gotten COVID, but my mom was already over here in Maryland already. So I was like, oh, damn. And I had already bought my Xbox, the internet, and whatnot. So le vicié mucho. Like I really got addicted to gaming.
Okay.
And I started streaming just on the Xbox.
Which will be on the link below if who's wanted to watch her play.
So I was like, okay. So I started playing. There would be nights I wouldn't sleep. I was just like, I'm into gaming so bad. And then that's how I started playing video games. And I started meeting a lot of people, like in Mexico, people from Ecuador, Peru, Argentina,
Holy
Bolivia.
shit.
Hella people, I'm telling you, man.
So have you ever been part of them, like them tournaments?
I have on Fortnite, like they have the cash cups and stuff like that. I did get into it, but never won none of them, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a waste of time, but whatever.
Have you ever like left work early just to get to a tournament or not?
Yes, I have. Recently, it was a duos cup they wanted me to stay to close. Actually, I was like, I'm sorry, I gotta go home. I got a tournament. Yeah, it was like I gotta go. So didn't win that shit either, you know. But
Didn't
still.
win, but hey, it's experience.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
So do you ever regret not going the other route also? Going out, having fun? Or do you think you'll get to it at some point?
I think I'll get to it at some point, but the thing is, I used to go out, but I would only go out with my cousin and a friend that we had in common.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, believe it or not, the way you see me, I'm quiet, you know, I'm really respectful, very good customer service and shit. But when I'm out and about with these two girls, I go all out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I kind of stopped going out, because I started, started smoking weed,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I started drinking. And I started off with, what was called Smirnoff and stuff. And then I was like, no, it's too sweet now, and I don't want that, you know?
You want something hard?
I want something, yeah, like something que quema, you know? So I started drinking vodka,
Mm-hmm.
and I started drinking tequila, whiskey. So I was like, no, I can't drink no more of this Smirnoff shit. It's too like sweet for me. I don't like that. It makes me want to vomit, right? So I started drinking those type of stuff. So I was like, damn. And like every time I would go out with my friends or with my cousin, she's not a drinker, you know. She would be the one who would take care of me, and the other borracha is.
Yeah.
It's like, no. So, you know, we would go out and we would drive around like the whole Bryan College Station area with hella music, the Jenny Rivera, todas amargadas and shit. And I would be drunk as hell. So, yeah, when I go out, I tend to drink, which is why I kind of stopped going out and started gaming more.
But do you still like, drink,
I don't. I stopped. Actually, the last time I drank was back in February. That was the last time I actually drank, and I drank whiskey, straight up whiskey, literally. I think it was Tennessee whiskey or something like that.
Hennessy? That's
No,
whiskey.
no. Creo que sí.
That's whiskey.
Yeah. I was like, I bought a bottle, and I had to hide that shit from my mom and my stepdad.
Shit.
So I would have to like hide it in my room, like somewhere where they wouldn't see it, and close the door. That's it, because I would go to work. So I'm like, yeah. But generally, no. I stopped drinking, and that was like the last time I actually drank. You know?
So you've been sober for a while.
So to say, maybe 3 months. Hey, it's a work in progress, you know.
So how did you kind of like get into that, like the weed, the drugs?
I used to. So before coming here, I used to be a personal banker.
A banker?
Yeah.
Oh
I used
shit.
to be a personal banker. help people open their bank accounts, and I'll be a teller, kind of everything, you know. So the people that would work with, oh my God, they was ghetto. Well, I'm telling you the Mexican ghetto, bro. We would be like, okay, then we're gonna have a party, a girls' night out, this and that, because there will be Sundays that the bank was closed. Okay?
Yeah.
So we'd be like, okay, so Saturday night we're gonna hang out because we know we ain't going to work on Sunday. Like, okay, let's do this. So the first time I actually smoked weed was with her name was Jessica, Rocio, and what's her name? I forgot the other girl's name, but yeah, it's the other girl, right? Ramona, pongámosle. So we were like, okay, we bought alcohol, we bought everything. We went to Jessica's house and her kids, we went to go drop them off at her mom's, right? And we put música and we started drinking, and they're like, okay, we already drank enough, y'all ready for the blunt? And everybody was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. So that was the first time I actually got it, like, addicted to it. Like, it would be like my second time consuming it, but it was like when I got a little bit addicted to it or whatnot. So I was like, okay. And we was high and drunk, the four of us. Rocio, she was a crackhead, but like, nosotros le decíamos, we fucking know that when you're gonna get off of work, the first thing you're gonna go is go get high. Everybody knew that.
I mean, when you have a hard day, shit.
But her and her boyfriend were really strong, you know, and with the dealers and shit like that. But so that night I remember there's this restaurant, it's called Wings and More. It's like where they sell good ass wings and tenders and shit. She was driving and she was high as hell. And I told her, I remember, it's like, you better be careful, Rocio. She's like, this ain't my first rodeo, girl. I know how to drive. I was so fucking scared, but I was out of it a little bit too. I was like, I was already drunk. I was already high. I was like, damn. And I didn't go home that night. My cousin was so mad. I remember she was hella mad. But that's when I actually started drinking with my people at the bank. That's when I started drinking and smoking and getting blacked out and crap.
Blackout is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm never blacking out.
I have, like, that was like, I don't know why, but that would be the feeling I was going for.
Okay.
Like, I know what I'm doing, and I totally want to fucking black out. That was the goal. So it's like, okay. Yeah, and with them, we had hella parties. You know, we hella drank, always smoked. I actually got videos.
Oh my God.
We got videos, and we're just like, oh, that's insane. Where I was like drinking, and everybody was like, okay, don't worry if you puke at the boss, because let me tell you that the parties that we would have would be at the boss's house, okay?
Oh shit.
It would be at his house. But everybody like, no, we're at work, everybody's professional, but when we were out of there, like, it's okay. They were like, if you puke in the boss's yard, that's okay. Everybody's done that. And it actually happened, actually.
Oh wow.
Puked in his backyard. That night I spent the night at my boss's house.
Oh man.
Mind you, not that he was married, okay? So he had his wife and everything. So I was like, it was insane. So that's when I actually got it.
So it looks like you have lived life.
I have, you know, even though I don't look like it.
I think we found what we're gonna call this podcast. Living life. That's good. It's pretty good. So the next question will be is what's in store for you? What are you wanting to do next in your life?
You know, I've asked myself that recently. Actually today is a good example. I was at work and I was in the lumber area and there was not a lot of work, right? And I was like, I'm just standing there, right? There's no customers, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do with myself, bro? Like, where am I standing at right now? Right? And then I had this plan come into my head where I was just like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm heading back to Texas.
Okay.
I'm heading back to Texas. But then I was talking with Dom, right? She's like, but the thing is, you know, I signed up for school to start in September, studying civil engineering, and that's something I want to do. But based on the state that I'm in right now, I'm not 100% sure that I can, like, you know, fully commit to it,
Yeah.
or like whatnot. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think?
I think you should go forward with it, because when you come to a point where you're thinking, should I do this? Should I not? Should I, like, go forward with it? It's kind of because the mind is a very powerful thing, and you're willing to listen to it, but a lot of people have a heart, and they're very like passionate, very like willing to go forward for it.
Yeah.
And because right now you're going in both ways. I don't know if I should do it. I don't know if is it gonna do anything for
me.
Yeah. I think that's what you gotta ask yourself. But if you're asking for my opinion, I think you should, because if you say no and you go past for it, you're gonna come back to it again, and then again, and then it's gonna be a cycle coming down. Because what a lot of people do is when summer comes, they're willing, school's out, they don't want to worry about it, nothing. But when fall comes, people will take the time to just be by themselves. But if you're willing to take the time and do something about your life, you should do it just now. Like, take a risk. There's good risks, there's bad risks, but if it comes down to like an education or coming down to like a life decision that you're willing to do and you're not comfortable with it, that's when you should leap and go ahead and go for it.
Take a leap of faith. Huh?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good I guess option. And I've been thinking about it. I'm just like, I think I waited long enough where I'm just like, I can't let this type of stuff that's going on, at home or whatnot affect the decisions that I do.
Yeah, because a lot of people, when they're going like through like stuff and shit like that, they'll instantly say, oh yes, like I'm dealing shit with parents, and like, I mean, yeah, cool, it's your parents, but at the same time, you're still breathing, you're still living. Like, it should not be your fault, the reason you're not moving forward in your life.
Yeah.
Because
I never saw it like that.
Yeah.
Getting some good advice here, man.
Yeah, because I think when it came to a point of like, I don't know, I think it's just like since like my grandma passed, like, wow, 2 years or 3 years ago, I don't know. I remember we were outside sitting down, and I would tell her, like, because I was in the university, and I was like, should I like do this, grandma? Should like, lo puedo hacer, no lo puedo hacer. Mi mamá a veces quiere que haga otra cosa. She told me, it was like you can't always depend on like your parents. You can't always, like, they will want you to follow their steps, follow how they want to see you, but at the end of the day, you got to see it how you want to be. Because if you go through their way, yeah, it could lead you somewhere really good, but at the end of the day, you might look at yourself and be like, I should have went a different route. Because a lot of people at an older age, they regret a lot of stuff. They were like, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I
would have done that, Mm-hmm.
But they always say, always do what makes you happy. I remember she told me that. Always do what makes you happy. And if you think school's good for you, then go ahead. But just know it's always going to be there. School ain't going to go nowhere. But that opportunity of like doing what you want to do now is going to go away. And somebody else might have it. And I've seen it before too, which is crazy. It's just, and then after that, took a trip to Mexico. And I got humbled shit over there. And I remember it was my grandpa and my grandma on my grandma's side of my dad's family. And we were outside sitting. This was like the first night when I got there. They were like, and I got to the house my dad was like building when I was younger. So I was like, okay, now I'm seeing the patterns of why my dad was an alcoholic, of why he was always waste his money on Mexico to build his house. And going in the house, there was a portrait. It was in the living room. Big portrait, big ass portrait. I look at it and it's me as a kid, so I'm like, oh wow. And I told my grandma was telling me, yeah, that's you. When they got the house and they were building it, that's the first thing they put in there. And I said, is there any pictures? Because I remember my dad telling me there was pictures. So I go, she shows me the pictures, and there's pictures I've never seen in my life.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, it kind of like when I went to bed, kind of flicked me the switch that I was like, I should really like step it up a notch, like do something. I can't be like just depending on somebody at all times. And that also dies down to like, relationship wise, marriage wise, that I just can't, I don't know how to say it. You just can't depend on somebody for your own happiness.
I get where you're coming from. I see.
Well, how do you think? Well, what's your option? Are you willing to go for it, or are you willing to, step back and like deal with what you got?
I'm trying to, right now, what I'm mainly trying to do is like figure out where I'm standing. Because I feel like if you're not mentally stable, I kind of feel like you're always going to hold everything back, right? And honestly, right now in my current state, I would tell you that I am not currently mentally stable. And even though, you see me at work and I'm always smiling and stuff, that's not honestly how I'm actually feeling, And it's that feeling that I'm just always hiding from people, and always people think that I'm always cheerful, and oh, you look so, every time you're happy, and there's customers like, how are you? You look like you're having a good day,
Hell no.
And I'm just like, yeah, I'm definitely good. How are you? When deep down I know it's not true. So it's something that I hide, that I've been hiding, And actually, Dom was telling me that she was concerned for me, And I'm just like, it's a topic I don't want to talk about, because it's like, I go home and it's just, I'm fending for myself. Ain't nobody fending for you. It's just you. It's just me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking, I was like, maybe she's right, because she was saying about me going to therapy. I'm like, I've been to therapy. I've been to therapy. I've been there. And she was like, have you, like, when you're talking to the therapist, are you like 100% sure you're telling them everything? And I was like, now that you mention it, no.
Because a lot of people will hold back.
Yeah, I was like, the reason why, the first time I went to therapy was like when I was 17. And I was like, and I felt that like whatever I told the therapist might be dangerous for my mom. That, I don't know, maybe they would call the police or whatever, because it was like, if they find out the things that are going on at home, I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if y'all guys here in Maryland, they have this, like, it's called a CPS, the Child Protective Services.
Yeah.
So, I was scared for that because me and my brother, when we were younger, we've been taken away from my mom by the CPS. And it was a really hard times and stuff, and based on the things that my mom had put us through, and I'm just like, do I still hold that stuff in? It's like, it's the past, like el pasado pisado, but I feel like there's trauma still there, and it's like things that I haven't let go of yet, that I feel that I should, but it's when I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'll do it. It's not as easy as it sounds, because based on the experience of each person, it's just scary and stuff. So, and I was telling Don, I was like, there's a lot of things that I hold back because I was scared, because I remember them saying that if they heard or that they thought that the child or whatnot was in danger, that they would get the law involved, So there was a lot of things that I kept in that I did not say. And I told her, do you think that's something that is still haunting you or something? She was like, there's a possibility. So there you see me, I'm crying and all the bullshit that I've been through, Therapy. I was like, what the hell do I look like going to therapy? like what? That's just like everything's in your mind, but then it's not, it's a reality. It's a reality that I didn't want to accept, but yet again, here we are.
Yeah. No, because my parents would try to put me in therapy. But I was like, nah. To this day, I think I only been to therapy just like once with my mom. But it's because my mom had problems, so I just had to be there to like translate or help her.
Yeah.
But what always helped me was always have like, good people around you. Because remember how you say you came here, you had nobody. That's where it starts. That you just have yourself and your own thoughts.
That is true.
But the more you have people around you, you start feeling good about yourself, Not everything got to be about drinking or smoking. It's just like a chat,
Yeah.
So that's another reason I created this podcast. So when I did this podcast, I told everybody, this isn't for money. This is for like talking, Say what you got to say,
It's for you.
Yeah,
I
like
remember you said it, yeah.
like just be yourself.
That's true.
Because when I was at Six Flags, I didn't have too many friends, but the more I started and I had like people around me, I was like, all right, this is kind of like good. I feel good. I feel we all gonna make our money. We're all gonna move it. We're gonna stay in contact. Not even if we text the next day, we still know we still got each other's backs. Mm-hmm. And I think that is true. When people say you should always have good people around you, it makes you good.
That's the thing for me. That's the funny thing. A lot of people say that I'm very sociable, that I am very open, that I'm not very shy. But once I get like in contact with the person, where I'm just like, oh yeah, like you said, we're cool, we're gonna keep in contact and whatnot. Next thing you know, we're just long gone apart. So it's just like that's the thing of me, I know a person for an amount of time. It might be like a year or two. I still know this person. Now by the third year, me and that person ain't in contact no more. So, like, all the people that I met throughout this period of time, I'm still solo. It's just me, myself, and I. So it's just like, damn, where's these people that you thought were your friends? Most of them, and I'm just like, no, you know what? I think it's because I am still into like, I feel childish sometimes, and then most of my friends are like either they're all pregnant or they're all have kids already, and they have other friends now because they're mothers and children, and I'm just like, damn, that's the only thing I own right now is my PC and my cat. That's it. I don't have no kids, none of that. I don't even have a relationship. I feel like I don't have that energy or that time for that, And I'm just like, damn. And then but at the back of my head, I was like, oh man, but I want to have a relationship, but then at the end, when there's somebody who's like trying to get with me, I'm just like, oh, like that shit, get away from me. So I'm just like, there's a blockage. I feel like there's a blockage there that I'm trying to figure out. That I think it's there, but I'm just too blind to see it.
Yeah, I mean.
So estoy como, carajo, ¿qué estás haciendo con tu vida?
Well, we know what the next part's gonna be about. So to wrap this one up, what advice do you have for somebody else out there who is also trying to figure it out?
That's a good question. Hold on. Give me a minute on that one. Hold on, because what was? Let me see. Okay, I might find the answer in this one. Okay. The best advice that I could get to somebody who's in the same position that they don't know where they're standing or what to do, is like actually find a friend. That's the best thing that I could say. Find a friend that you can confide in. And that you can trust, and that, because there's always going to be a person there that's going to hear you out and it's not going to judge you at all. And even though you might think that they are, believe it, that's just your mind's playing games on you. It's like, find that person, or even if you have to go to therapy, fuck it, go to therapy. Or if you have a boyfriend or whatnot, or tell them about it. Why the fuck not? I mean, they're there to like help you, I guess, in a way, or whatever, right? To like make sure you're okay. So it's like, don't think of it too much, because when you think about it too much, you think about problems here, problems there. You're just gonna be stuck in the same place, and it's always gonna be like, fuck, I got this problem, and you do nothing about it, right? It's just like, why not do something about it? Find a way, even though it might be hard, and then there's certain nights that you might not be able to sleep or might not be able to think clearly, or like days you're not even gonna want to get out of your bed. You know, it's like the thing I do right now is like listen to music and comforting music, but don't sit there and listen to depressing ass music because that shit ain't gonna help. I'm telling you, because speak for experience, it ain't helping. So just échale ganas, keep on going forward, and at the end of the day, there's always gonna be a light at the tunnel. Like at the end of the tunnel, como le dicen por ahí, It might look that it's far away, but it's like closer than you
It's
think.
there.
Yeah.
Well, Juana, thank you for coming on, and hopefully we see you on the next part.
So nervous for the next one.
Do you have any last words?
Last words that I got is thank you for giving me this opportunity and for like telling me about this. When I first heard about it, I did hear some of your the podcasts that you already have.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this is interesting. I didn't imagine myself here, but thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. All right, everybody. Hope everybody tunes in for this episode. Rewatch, play again, and look out for a new episode coming up in these following weeks. See you, everybody. Bye, Juana.
Bye.
Denzel Beats.